Hello, speaking first. This is Gregory. It's currently 2:32 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is July 26, 2012, and this is my analysis for the 27th of July. On my screen, I have a daily chart of the Aussie USD. I'm sorry, for the Aussie Yen. Made a mistake there. Aussie Yen. I have a really good selling opportunity. At the beginning of the week, price gap down. And so the market has been trending down for the majority of the week, and then for the past couple of days the market has reversed. And so today we're closing near this gap. Normally what happens is once you approach a gap, especially towards the end of the week, it tends to act as resistance in this situation. Or if the situation is reversed, then it'll act like support. But in this case, it acts like resistance. So it's very important to pay attention to this key area. If we go down to the 4-hour chart, okay, basically what we have is we have a perfect opportunity for a selling situation. Currently I got in around 81.40. Actually 81.38 was my entry. So right now this is a perfect opportunity to sell. If you measure the magnitude of this whole wave, we are currently at a 70% retracement. It got pretty close to the 79% retracement. So between 70 and 79%. Now, based on this particular price structure, okay, your sweet spot is actually the 79% retracement. But because the 79% retracement is at 81.56, the optimal entry point is at 81.50. Now, I won't discuss how to determine your optimal entry point based on price movement. Okay, that will be privilege for members in the future. But basically, on this particular price formation, your optimal entry point is at 81.50, and you can already determine that, hours before you actually hit your target. So now that we're into the market here, we need to identify price targets. Well, actually, before I get to that, I want to discuss the additional convergence that we have. So we already discussed the gap here. We also have support and resistance and resistance. So for majority of the month from July 6th, we've been respecting this area around 81.25. We've been respecting it pretty well. So we have a high here, we have a low here. We finally broke through. We're approaching it again. We have the gap that actually is going to act as resistance. So we have a convergence around this area. So we have a nice zone here that actually creates a really good selling opportunity. Now I'm going to place my stop above this high. Once the day closes and it becomes official, I get my pivots for the day. I'm going to place my stop above this high, a pivot that's above this high. But I don't even think that's necessary. Maybe placing my stop above maybe around 81.60ish. That should be pretty safe. Then I can walk away from this trade and enjoy my day and come back tomorrow and check my trades, because everything is pretty much set for me. I don't have to do any work. I already did all the work. So we place our trade, we place our stop above here, risk about 30 pips at the most. And let's talk about our price targets. So if we do a retracement of the move, if this is the high as we anticipate, I like to target the 38% retracement area and the 61% retracement area. Now, the reason why the 38% is really important because it coincides with a high here. Okay, so we have support, 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 resistance, resistance. So as the market comes back to test this area around 38%, I expect a nice move here. I expect the market to bounce. And so I'm going to take off some profit here and bring my other lot to break even. So as the market bounces here, and it may pull back a little bit, or it may shoot right through. I don't know what it's going to do. But I just want to make sure that I take some profit off the table, so I can manage my equity of this trade. So once I do that, my second target is going to be this 61%, which is at 80.30. So once again, we have support here, we have support here. So I anticipate for the market to come back and retest that area around 80.30. Now I have this diagonal line here, and you may be asking, where did that come from? Well, if you construct a down trend line here using these highs, you can see that we have the first touch, we have the second touch, market broke through, respected right here, did its thing, broke through, came back, respected it once again. And so now, since I'm anticipating for the market to come down once again, now I'm already targeting the 61% retracement area. Have you noticed here, we have an intersection of this slope here, this trend line, that's already been respected numerous times in the past. So we have convergence. Now, we don't need this line to tell us that that's where price is going to go, but just another confluence. Is more convergence to make us more confident that this price is going to come down this far. So what I'm going to do is once the day is settled, I'm going to obtain my pivots, and I'm going to look for a pivot that coincides with somewhere around this area, around 80.30, and use that as my optimal target. So my first target is going to be around 80.80. My second target is going to be around 80.30, give or take a few pips depending on where the pivots are, and that would be my my targets for the day. So my first trade is going to be around a 50 pip profit, and my second pip trade is going to be around a 100 pip profit. I'm only risking 30 pips in order to complete this trade. So it's definitely a positive reward to risk ratio for us, and we should be making money off this particular trade setup in the long term. So thanks for tuning in, and this is my analysis of the Aussie Yen 4-hour chart. So I hope you find it useful and helpful for your educational purposes. Thanks guys, take care, happy trades,